book tag, and that tag I'll be doing today is the I messed up book tag. Don't remember who made this, but I'll leave the information of who did down in the description bar for you guys. I just recently discovered this tag and it seemed like really fun. It's all about names and books you messed up, but like everything about books that you messed up on or stuff like that. So let's just get started. First question is a character appearance that you misread and imagined differently. For this one, I chose Rue from the Hunger Games. I didn't know she was African American until the movie came out. I did not know. And I didn't really know that the people from her district were all African American. So I just pictured her as a regular white girl. So, but that was an interesting thing that I found out once I did find out about it. So that was just weird. I didn't know she was African American, but I'm kind of glad she is because it creates some diversity, which diversity is always good. Question 2, a character name that you've been pronouncing wrong. I have been announcing Kale from Throne of Glass names wrong a lot until I started seeing videos on YouTube about Throne of Glass and stuff. I was pronouncing his name Chol. And I knew Chol was an awful name, and I'm like, that cannot be his name. I just know it is not his name. So when I found it was Kale, I'm like, that sounds so much better than Chol. I'm really glad his name is Kale and not Chol. So now I know, so when I keep reading the books, I will now call him Kale. Next question is an overused trope that is your guilty pleasure. For this one, I have to say it is insta-love. I don't mind insta-love too much. It gets on my nerves sometimes. But I don't mind it as much as other people who absolutely despise it. And it's kind of because I'm a fan of romance. So sometimes I just don't care if there's insta-love, really. And yeah, it's kind of my guilty pleasure. I wouldn't say it's something that I look for in a book, so maybe it's not really a guilty pleasure. But if a book does have it, I don't mind it too much. For the most part, I'm just okay with it. Question 4, a cliche character type that you like better on screen than reading about. For this, I have to say the bad boy. I don't mind really bad boys in movies that much. It's just in books, for some reason, I can't stand them. And maybe it's because bad boys in general kind of just irk me, and when you're reading a book, it takes a while to read a book. So you're just constantly being referred to this bad boy. And in a movie is only 2 hours, so you only see a bad boy for like 2 hours. So I like bad boys better in movies than I do in books. That's just the way it is. Number 5, a word phrase that you learned because of its use in a book. And the word that I learned in a book was longevity, and this word was used constantly in the book The Declaration by, I forget who it's by, but it's one of my favorite books. I didn't know longevity was a word that people actually use, which means longevity means like something going on for a long period of time. I just thought it was used in the book. I thought it was a made-up word. And actually in this book, longevity is the name of a pill that people take so that they are able to live forever. So it's kind of used the word is kind of used as a title, not as a meaning like living something going on for a long period of time. But you can kind of see where the word comes into play because this pill allows these people to live forever. So it makes sense. I got the connection there. Pretty cool. Question 6. Have you ever not read or completed a required reading book for school? Oh yes. Every book required for school, I never finished. I can think of so many. The two I can think of is Animal Farm and Fahrenheit 451. Those books were okay. Actually, Fahrenheit 451 was okay. I hated Animal Farm. Animal Farm was so boring, and it was all about kind of like had to do with politics, and I am not a person who likes to read about politics. So I hated it. And I thought it was just so weird because it has to do with animals and being like politicians, and I just didn't like it. And I knew I was just not gonna finish it. I got to like 25% the way into the book, and I'm like, forget it. I'll just try my best to pass the tests on this book. I am not finishing this. Question 7. Have you ever or wanted to skip a chapter from the point of view of a character that you weren't interested in? Yes, I have, and this doesn't happen often, but I remember in one book it did happen where I just didn't care for this character's point of view, and that is Xander from the Match trilogy. His point of view comes in the last book, Reached, which I DNF'd 2 chapters in. Once I started reading his point of view, because I just didn't care. Did not give anything for that book series at all. And I didn't care for his character at all. So I didn't want to read his point of view, and I just dropped the book altogether because, for one thing, the book was just going downhill. And the last question is, have you ever canceled social plans to read a book? No, I have not. I don't think I'll ever cancel social plans to read a book. I think that's kind of silly, really. Because as much as I do love reading, friends and family come first, as always. So yeah, I will never cancel social plans to read a book. In fact, I do like going out, especially if I haven't in a while. So if there comes a chance where I can go out and do something and not just stay at home all day, then I will take it. Even if it means not reading a book the whole day. That's just how it is. So that completes this tag. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be back very soon. Bye.